What if you could change your race? Would you do it, and why might you want to? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? The idea of changing one's race is not as far-fetched in the year 2024 as it might have been a few decades ago, and the reasons for considering such a change are as diverse as the human race itself. Some might be drawn to the idea of exploring their personal identity on a deeper level, while others might be fascinated by the prospect of fully experiencing different cultures. And then there are those who might see it as a bold way to challenge societal norms and prejudices, to truly walk in another's shoes and perhaps in doing so, foster greater understanding and empathy. Our world is changing rapidly, and with it, our perceptions of race and identity. So buckle up and stay tuned as we delve into the top 5 ways to change your race in 2024. First on the list is genetic modification, a cutting-edge technology that opens up new possibilities. This isn't science fiction anymore, folks. The future is here, and it's spelled G-E-N-E editing. Genetic modification, or gene editing, is a kind of genetic engineering where DNA is inserted, deleted, or replaced in the genome of a living organism using engineered nucleuses, or molecular scissors. The technology at the forefront of this field is called CRISPR, which stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. It's a mouthful, I know, but its potential is even bigger. So how does this relate to changing one's race? Well, race, as we understand it, is largely a social construct. However, certain physical traits such as skin color, hair type, and facial features are influenced by our genetics. In theory, with advanced enough technology, we could manipulate these genes to alter these physical traits. But, and this is a big but, the science is still in its infancy. While we've made leaps and bounds in understanding our genetic code, we're still far from fully unlocking its secrets. And even if we could, should we? The ethical implications of such a method are vast and complex. On one hand, the ability to alter our physical appearance at the genetic level could lead to unprecedented freedom of self-expression. On the other hand, it raises questions about identity, authenticity, and the potential for misuse. Moreover, altering our genes to change our physical appearance could have unforeseen health consequences. Our genes are a finely tuned system, and even small changes can have ripple effects throughout our body. As we continue to push the boundaries of science, genetic modification poses fascinating possibilities and complex questions. It's a brave new world out there, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface. Next up, we have virtual reality, a tool that allows us to experience life through a different lens. Now, you might be thinking, virtual reality, that's for video games and sci-fi movies. But in our hyper-connected, technologically advanced world, virtual reality has transcended the realm of entertainment and has become a powerful tool for empathy and understanding. Imagine this. You put on a virtual reality headset, and suddenly you're not just in your living room anymore. You're in a bustling market in Mumbai, or a serene tea ceremony in Kyoto, or a vibrant carnival in Rio de Janeiro. You're not just observing these scenes from afar, but you're experiencing them firsthand, as if you were really there. But it's not just about the places. With virtual reality, you can step into the shoes of another person, experience their joys and struggles, their triumphs and heartbreaks. You can walk a mile in their shoes, understand their perspective, and feel what it's like to be them. This is what we mean when we say virtual reality can simulate the experience of being a different race. The potential impacts of this technology on our empathy and understanding are profound. By immersing ourselves in the experiences of others, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the diversity of human experiences. We can break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and foster a sense of shared humanity. Of course, virtual reality is not a magic solution to all our societal issues. It's not going to erase centuries of systemic racism or instantly bridge all cultural gaps, but it's a step in the right direction, a tool that can help us to see beyond our own experiences and understand the world from a different perspective. So, while it may not change your physical appearance, virtual reality can change the way you perceive the world and the people in it. It can broaden your horizons, deepen your understanding, and, in a way, change your race. Not in a biological sense, but in terms of your awareness, empathy, and understanding. While not a physical change, virtual reality offers a unique window into the experiences of others. Third on our list is cultural immersion, a time-tested method of understanding and experiencing other races. Rather than changing your race in a biological sense, cultural immersion focuses on the experience and understanding of another culture's practices, beliefs, and values. It's like stepping into another person's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes. Cultural immersion is a deep dive into the heart of a new culture, and it goes way beyond the superficial aspects. It's not just about trying new foods or learning a few phrases in a different language. It's about understanding the psychology, philosophy, and worldview of another race or culture. Now, let's talk about languages. They say to learn a new language is to gain a new soul. And there's a lot of truth in that. Language is the key that unlocks the door to a new culture. It's not just about communication, it's about understanding the nuances, the idioms, the humor, and the values embedded within the language. Next, we have customs. Customs are the traditional practices and behaviors of a culture. They can range from how people greet each other, how they eat, how they celebrate, and even how they mourn. Customs are the social glue that binds a community together, and understanding them is crucial to cultural immersion. But let's not sugarcoat it. Cultural immersion is not always a walk in the park. It can be challenging, confusing, and at times, downright uncomfortable. There will be misunderstandings, faux pas, and maybe even a bit of culture shock. But that's part of the journey. It's through these challenges that we grow, learn, and broaden our horizons. Cultural immersion is a journey of self-discovery as much as it is a journey of understanding others. It's about recognizing our shared humanity, appreciating our differences, and finding common ground. Cultural immersion may not change your race in a biological sense, but it can certainly change your perspective. It's about becoming a global citizen, understanding the world better, and ultimately understanding yourself better. Fourth, we have cosmetic alteration, a controversial yet increasingly common method. This approach involves surgically or non-surgically altering one's physical features to resemble those of a different race. It's a method that's seen a surge in popularity, but not without its fair share of criticism. Some argue that cosmetic alteration is a form of self-expression, a way for individuals to align their outward appearance with their inner identity. However, others see it as a form of cultural appropriation, where one group adopts elements of another's culture without permission or understanding, potentially trivializing significant cultural symbols and practices. Moreover, this method can lead to an identity crisis. Changing one's race superficially doesn't alter one's cultural upbringing or lived experiences. It merely changes the perception of race, leaving a gap between one's self-perception and societal perception. Cosmetic alteration raises important questions about identity, authenticity, and respect for cultural heritage. It's a complex issue that requires careful thought and consideration. Finally, we have the legal change, a method that may seem simple but carries significant implications. This method involves altering your racial classification through the legal system. It's not about changing your physical appearance or genetic composition, but rather how others legally perceive you. The process can be complex, varying greatly from one jurisdiction to another. It can involve court proceedings or administrative changes, but the end result is a legal recognition of your chosen racial identity. However, this method isn't without its challenges. It sparks discussions about identity, authenticity, and acceptance. It's a reminder that our racial classifications not only shape our personal experiences, but also influence societal perceptions. This method can lead to a profound shift in how you are viewed and treated by society, impacting everything from employment opportunities to social interactions. It's a powerful reminder of the societal weight that our racial classifications carry. Legal change reminds us that race, while deeply personal, is also a social construct with far-reaching implications. So there you have it, the top 5 ways to change your race in 2024. We've delved into the world of genetic modification, a scientific leap that could allow us to alter our DNA, and ventured into the virtual realm where our digital avatars can adopt any racial identity. We've explored cultural immersion, where you can adopt a new race by deeply understanding and living within a culture. We've also examined cosmetic alteration, a method that uses medical procedures to change physical features. Lastly, we discussed the legal route, where race can be changed on paper. But remember, while these methods may seem intriguing, changing one's race is a complex and personal decision. It involves ethical considerations and raises questions about identity, acceptance, and the very concept of race itself. Remember to subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share if you enjoyed this video. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, keep learning.